Most people think power is in the muscles, in money, in how loud you can yell, or how many people you can control. But let me tell you something, real power, it's invisible. It walks into a room without needing to speak. It makes people adjust their tone, their posture, their lies, without ever being told. This kind of power isn't taught. It's forged, in silence, in solitude, in scars. And that's why Stoicism isn't a philosophy, it's a weapon, a way to armor your soul, to stop bleeding for people who only came to watch you die, to become so internally untouchable that manipulation isn't even possible because there's no handle left for them to grab. Today, I'm giving you 5 brutal Stoic habits that, if practiced consistently, will make you dangerously powerful. Not the kind of power that gets applause, but the kind that gets respected in whispers. You ready? Then stop scrolling, sit down, and bleed with me. Habit 1, kill the need for control. You want to be strong, let go of control. Not because you're weak, but because needing control is weakness disguised as logic. Most men live in panic, gripping outcomes, begging the world to act the way they want. They plan, push, manipulate, beg, obsess, and they don't even realize it. That text she didn't reply to, that client who didn't call back, that friend who acted cold, they lose sleep, lose peace, lose themselves. But the Stoic doesn't chase. The Stoic understands one brutal truth. Some things are up to us, some things are not. Epictetus. And when you finally divide your world into those 2 columns, you stop suffering. Because control is not about the outcome, it's about your reaction. You don't raise your voice, you raise your standard. They try to provoke you, and you smile. They try to ghost you, and you move on. They try to bait you, and you never bite. Because once you stop needing control, you gain power over yourself, and that makes you unstoppable. That's the man no one can manipulate. Habit 2, make peace with being misunderstood. Here's the truth no one wants to hear. You will be misunderstood. Not everyone will get you. Not everyone will respect your silence. Not everyone will applaud your boundaries. And that's okay. You weren't built to be liked. You were built to be unchangeable. But that's the trap, isn't it? The moment someone misjudges us, we rush to explain. We soften, we apologize for our edges. We shrink so they don't feel small around us. And that's when the manipulation begins, because once you start explaining yourself to everyone, you hand them a knife and point to your throat. The Stoic doesn't do that. He lets them misunderstand. Let them think he's cold, arrogant, rude. Let them whisper behind his back. Because, as Marcus Aurelius said, waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Be misunderstood, be judged, be doubted, but never betray yourself just to be understood by the mediocre. That's the second brutal habit. Make peace with being a mystery. Habit 3, starve your impulses. Power is not what you do, it's what you don't do. It's what you refuse, what you delay, what you walk away from. You want to be untouchable? Starve your impulses. Don't text her just because you're lonely. Don't reply just because you're angry. Don't explain just because you're scared. Because the second you become impulsive, you become predictable. And predictable men are easy to manipulate, easy to play, easy to control. The Stoic waits. He doesn't explode, he observes. He holds the sword in his hand, but doesn't swing until it's time. If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Marcus Aurelius. Control your estimate, control your timing, control your mouth. Because a man who masters silence becomes terrifying. While others beg for dopamine, you delay it. While others scream their feelings, you study yours. That's the third habit. Starve every impulse that makes you easy to read. Habit 4. Train in isolation. Most men fear solitude, not because it's lonely, but because in silence they can finally hear the truth. Their unhealed wounds, their cowardice, their need for applause. But the Stoic doesn't run from isolation, he builds in it. He trains when no one is watching. He prepares in the dark while the world laughs in the light. No post, no likes, no witnesses, just the pain, the sweat, the war inside. Because when you're alone, there's no audience to impress, just the mirror, and that's the real opponent. Seneca said, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you are capable of improving. But if no one's worthy yet, train alone, sharpen your mind like a sword, stack your discipline, silence your excuses. Because when you emerge from that dark room, the world won't know what hit it. Train in isolation, and they'll never know how you got so powerful, because you built in silence." Habit 5, burn the need to be chosen. Let me say this plainly. The moment you need to be chosen, you've already lost. In business, in love, in friendship, neediness is blood in the water, and predators smell it. You chase, you hope, you wait for their decision, and forget your own power. But the Stoic, he chooses himself every damn time. He walks away from people who hesitate. He closes doors that never truly opened. He deletes numbers, erases names, and walks off cliffs with no fear of falling, because he doesn't beg to be picked. He becomes the storm they regret ignoring. As Epictetus put it, freedom is the only worthy goal in life. Freedom from what? From needing applause, from needing closure, from needing anything outside of you. When you kill the need to be chosen, you become dangerously unpredictable. They can't guilt you, they can't shame you, they can't lure you back. And now you're not just powerful, you're untouchable. These 5 habits aren't tips, they're weapons, blades to carve out the version of you that can't be controlled anymore. Most men spend their lives trying to fit in. You're here to stand alone. Let them call you cold. Let them call you quiet. Let them call you distant. They'll never call you weak. And in a world of sheep, that makes you the wolf. So if anything in this video cut deep, don't just sit there. Bleed back. Like, share, subscribe, etch your commitment in the comments like it's a war cry. Write, "No one owns me." And remember, you weren't born to be liked. You were born to become a legend. Now go build one.